there seems to be this theme that people are being corrupted and being offered stuff, and it's basic economics. And I want to know if you ever came across that.
Like loads of times. Like, do you know what's crazy? It's mad because the reason why I never got involved in the parcel game, you may think I did, but the reason why I didn't.
We know you did.
No chance.
No.
Because it's a dishonor to yourself. You see when a man chats your name and says, my man's patenting the mandem, the disgrace that it comes with is crazy.
Disgrace
from who though?
It's mad.
Disgrace from who though?
Yeah. So like obviously, if you were patenting for one of the inmates,
Pinky.
and one of the and another inmate's caught and another inmate's caught with that, or obviously you're patenting, so on and so forth. That then goes round. It goes round to governors because obviously you got like the security team. So then obviously you're getting drawn out in like briefings. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're saying like, listen, we got a corrupt officer amongst us, no names, blah blah blah. You're getting loads of reports put behind you as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? So even that, you're tarnishing like your name. Like I couldn't get involved in that because, bro, it's the risk that comes with it. I've seen man get bagged and then get humiliated.
What do you mean by that?
So like when they get bagged, yeah, especially if it's an individual of ethnic minority, because again, the ethnic minority, they're not really favoured in that system, especially if you're an officer. So if you get bagged and you're black, for example, they're gonna parade you. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're gonna deal with it. I remember one officer got bagged, the girl, and they paraded her. Like all of the other minorities have paraded her onto like the police to get her arrested. You see what I'm saying? Embarrassing, bro. So that's why I never even got involved in it.
Have you ever thought about not getting caught?
No, I just never thought of doing it.
You got any more questions?
Yeah, you know, I hear what you're saying, and I think in a lot of ways, you know, some people would hear that and think, yeah, that's really honourable and it's great and all that. At the other side of that, you know, I spoke to one individual. I'm just gonna be really honest with you. I spoke to one individual who didn't get caught, literally paid for their house with the money they made.
100%.
Like they bought
What
a
was
house.
it? Do you know what? Yeah. How's it in women's jail though? Like as far as like parcels and all that.
Do you know what it is?
Without going too mad, obviously.
With women's jail, it depends on who you are and also the time. When I went in a women's jail, it was like people weren't really getting phones. You had one or two people, but it weren't really a priority like that, because I feel like with women, when you're in jail, especially if you've got kids, you're not really thinking about that because you're going through a lot mentally anyway, because you're not with your kids. Like, it's not really important for you to be on your phone to your friends anyway, because not that you're not thinking about your friends, you're thinking about your children. Like, if you have visits and your children come to see you, and then by the time you walk into the room, like, you're thinking, are they going to be okay? Is there going to be an accident? Like, that's what I used to go through. Like, it used to drive me insane. If I didn't speak to nobody by the time they got home and I had to go sleep, I would not sleep properly.
Hey fam, where's my thing, bro?
With women's jail,
BBC,
I don't
bro,
think there's a lot of
mad, fam.
there's not really a lot of corruption when it comes to like parcels and stuff like that. Very, very much. But what there is, officers who sleep with females. But at the same time, it depends what type of female you are. It depends what you're on. There's some people, there's some females that go to prison and they're like, oh, do you know what? I don't want to be here. I'm going to use this opportunity to plan myself out. When I come out, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to come out. And then there's people, there's women who have been going in and out of prison. There's girls that I saw in there when I used to go secure unit. And you see, when I saw them, I was like, I don't want to be like this, because how am I securing it with these girls and then I'm meeting them in prison, and then by the time I come out, I started studying psychology and criminology. Then I started to get to know myself a little bit better.
Of course.
Yeah, do you understand?
Yeah.
And understand the system and understand how I'm, for example, going to be looked at, but at the same time, I'm not going to allow that to to like be a barrier in my life. You understand?
I see that. I think, you know, the way you speak about it, like there's a level of kind of understanding, and I can see that you've obviously been through something.
Yeah.
One thing that really struck out to me is, you know, with the Linda D'Souza example, you will have seen there are like dozens and dozens of cases of female prison officers inside male prisons. And there's a pattern. So a lot of these women, like if you line them all up, they look like Love Islanders, like they do. There's like a particular look, and then there's like a particular, I would call it a vulnerability. So
Yes.
I'm talking about women that they're generally younger, they haven't been in the system for a long time, they've been doing that job, some of them been doing it for a few months, do you know what I mean? But then the other thing that really surprised me, I sat in on a case recently, it was reported on quite heavily, so you might have seen it. It wasn't just a female prison officer, it was a prison governor. So I'm talking about someone really senior.
They had a car paid for.
Yes. So you can't even say, oh, okay, this is just about economics and people not really knowing what they're doing. There's senior people, you know, with degrees who've gone into this seemingly with, you know, intentions to rehabilitate and do their public service. And they're still getting involved in this stuff. And I want to know realistically, and this people who spent time inside, what do you think is actually going on there? Is it?
What do you mean?
It's because of finances.
What do you mean with the corruption and with the women and stuff?
Yeah. So
Finances,
what? So
definitely.
why? You know, it's not 2 or 3 cases. There's dozens and dozens of cases of female prison officers having sex with inmates. Why is that happening?
This is what I think. Yeah, you see, like criminals. Yeah, they're very like rare and different people. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? Like just the frame of mind, what she was talking about. You know, like. The fact that you've gone jail, you might do years there, and then you get out to do something that can send you back there. Like there's a certain level of like crazy that goes on with criminals. This is why it's so interesting. This is why there's documentary like what you're doing. This is why all the movies is about it and X, Y, Z, right? So I feel like when women sometimes bump into that, this is why they said women love bad boys and all of this sort of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So some of these girls get in an environment where they're around a bunch of men that they normally wouldn't frequent in their normal lifestyle. It's interesting to you. Do you know what I'm saying to you? People are working out or whatever, getting hench, whatever. I don't know what goes on for them, but that's what I think that is, yeah. But back to the brother about what he was saying about berating you, yeah. Obviously, I don't know what happens when officers get caught in London because there's not, I don't want to say too much or whatever in it, yeah. But like in the more out there jails that's in country and whatnot, and so I can't talk on the black and how they would treat you and berate you or whatever. But I know, yeah, of a few separate times, yeah, when officers have been caught, yeah, and they haven't even pressed charges on them, they've just been sacked. They haven't actually caught criminal charges after. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Same thing with the women as well. Like, it's only lately, even when that D'Souza or whatever her name is, I was actually shocked she got birded. I only think she got birded because it went viral.